Hello. Alright, I was telling May this thing I thought about. I was watching these videos. One of them was like an overview on quantum displacement and quantum entanglement and Schrodinger's box with regards to those things. And then I was watching another video on this like scientist guy trying to teach a kid on dimensions, right? While I was like watching these videos, I had this thought of, okay, the way that he's like describing all this, he's attempting to describe other dimensions not in a third dimensional setting. He's describing it in that dimension setting and how it should be viewed from a third dimension. But what if we took that same conversation and displace us or displace those dimensions into the third dimension, because that's the only dimension they're at, right? This is our physical dimension. So now imagine if we, as singular beings, singular human beings who cannot read the minds of other beings, we're one dimension. We're a one-dimensional thing. If we are put in a locked room by ourselves, we cannot comprehend. We're gonna go crazy, and we can't even take shapes. We can't even understand shapes at a certain point. Like we don't even know what's happening at a certain point. If you're by yourself in a lockbox, you trap another point, another dimensional being, or another human, right? Two humans in the same box. Then now you have a position. You have a line. You have you're placed. You're not displaced anymore. You're placed, right? And you two observing each other causes you to accept the area that you're in is being validated by that other point. Now, that's the second dimension, right? You guys are validating each other. You know, you're physically looking at each other, validating the thing that you're inside. But then a third point, or our dimension, you need a third observer at the outside of that box who is validating that the box that those two people are in are actually a box that ends, right? And the two people know their box ends because they know there's a person outside of that box that is validating that they're inside of a box. So that's our 3-point system. That's how we all operate in the earth. That's how we operate anywhere in the United States, in propaganda, in the universe. That's how we just operate. That 2 points, 2 people, 2 dimensions need to be in a singular place to make the line or the physical reality, and then the third observer needs to observe you to let you know that the form that you believe is there is the form that should be there, because your room could not be shaped like a box. It could be shaped like a circular vase, but you don't know that until a third observer confirms it for you by looking at it. Now, the fourth dimension would be someone who, it doesn't necessarily needs to be outside of our universe, right? It just needs to be someone or something that is able to visualize or see all of it in a singular structure to validate it the whole time. But that means, y'all, that it is, if that's the case, right? If that's the case, that us humans are validating each other, and then there's a fourth entity validating the entire dimensional structure. That technically, if someone's doing that, we can find that person, right? But the issue is, if we did find that person, then we're now observing that thing, God, that entity, whatever it is, which we cannot do, because if we observe that thing, then we're above it by observing it. So it's endless. It's turtles all the way down.